tomorrow? Thank you.
Very good. I think very well. All the players that were here in Blue Cup and the new faces, they integrate very well. It's a joy to see them, to how they are very united, and it's one team. And that is the good thing, that is very natural from Monday, Sunday that they arrived and we were all together. The roster was complete. I think it's plus Christian Rolanda arrived. Yesterday I think was, yes, it's a very good I think time together, training, talking, meetings. Yes, I am very pleased so far. We have tomorrow a very good game. I think South Korea is a very good team. Good challenge for us, and I think it's important, you know, to see the way that we want to compete with new faces, a little bit different team that we were playing in the last World Cup. But I think it's important because the challenge for us is to arrive in the best condition to the World Cup, and I think to give option to different players that maybe didn't play before, I think it's important because this is a challenge that needs to be between our players.
Baltimore, we have two, right?
Hi, Mauricio Pochettino from The Athletic. You get a chance to face against one of your former players in Sonny. I wonder your thoughts on your relationship with him, the chance to play against him, to coach against him, and his decision to move here to MLS, what it can mean for the league, what he brings as a player to this country.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing opportunity to see each other. We really love each other, and was a very important player, one of the most important players in my period in Tottenham. I was chasing him because when I was in Southampton also I wanted to sign, but he decided to move to a different club, that he moved from Hamburgo to Leverkusen. But then when we moved to Tottenham, we chased him again and we convinced to join us in Tottenham. And I think now he's a legend. After 10 years, he's a legend in Tottenham. He's one of the best players in the world, I think. But he's an amazing player, but he's an amazing person, unbelievable. And yes, it's going to be really, really nice. What he is going to add to the MLS, I think, is this type of player that's going to help in the evolution of the game. For sure, he's going to be an example for their teammate, but also for the players that are going to face him during the competition. I think when we talk about the players, no, for the national team, I think when I talk that the level of the MLS is really high, because the best player, like if you had the chance yesterday to watch the game, Argentina and Venezuela, Leo Messi is the best player in the world, and as he's playing here, I think the level is really good. I don't say that he's the best in the world, but he can match another leagues in the world. But now, with the addition of Son, also told that the level is growing and the evolution is really good, and for sure the interest in the rest of the world in the MLS, I think is higher than before to add Son. Even that was very attractive. Now with arriving player like Son, make more attractive the MLS. Thank you.
Thank you. Mauricio, you spoke when you announced the roster about wanting to move past everything that happened this summer with Christian, and having spoken to players throughout the week, it sounds like that's happened, and that everyone said that everything in training has been normal, the level's been great, everyone's been happy to see everybody, that's been all good. You know, for you this week, what has that process been like with him, and what have you seen from him in training? Is there that little extra in there? Is the level high? You know, what have you seen from him now that you are back working together again?
No, I told you, for me, in the past, this type of thing when that happened, always we all made a mistake in some time because we read the situation in different way. But the most important is when you are intelligent people, if we want to move on and do five things is about to be intelligent, and I think that is easier to understand and to sort the problem or fix the problems. And I think, like I told you, it's in the past, and we can see now the different players, and of course Christian is happy to be here. Of course, he's an important player for us, and I think it's about to build our journey, to the World Cup, and I think the mood is good, the atmosphere is good, and yes, policy behind.
Javier.
Hola Mauricio, Sanjay con Backfield. Te vimos hace una semana en Columbus en el partido de fútbol americano. ¿Puedes hablar de tus expectativas de ser no solo entrenador del equipo en la cancha, pero también embajador del deporte y del papel de promover el deporte como seleccionador, especialmente en el año de un mundial? Gracias.
Sí, tuvimos la posibilidad de estar en Columbus, en Ohio State, watching an amazing game. We really feel the passion of the people here in this country. It was a great opportunity, to enjoy. That was really amazing. It was really amazing, and I was happy also to try, to, like you say, representative or ambassador of our sport, that is soccer or football in the rest of the world. I think I feel a little bit of responsibility. It's our responsibility, to translate to all these people that maybe is more focused in another sport like football, American football, is to try to convince them that share with soccer, that passion. If only a little bit we can translate to our, sport, I think our player will appreciate a lot, and for sure they will help us to achieve or earn what we want. And I think it was amazing. For me, it was a massive surprise. With 53, say I never can be, it's difficult to have this type of surprise, but to live the atmosphere that we lived there 3 hours before, seeing the passion of the people, the atmosphere, all the things that were, preparing there, the fans on the stadium, 100,000 I was so jealous. I said, I want to coach these teams. I want to be next, and it was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing, and talk about the culture of this country. When you want to be very and show the passion, you are the number one. Oh, I don't know why I was talking on the Finnish in English when it was in Spanish.
Siempre.
We'll go over to your right, Henry Bushnell.
Hi Mauricio, Henry Bushnell from The Athletic. What was the reason for adding Christian Roldan to the roster? What do you like about him as a player, and why was it so late?
Because we were chasing for look after him, and in a few months, and then we decided not to add in this roster, but after we were seeing something on the squad that maybe we need one player more in this characteristic, with his characteristic, and we decided after the game against Miami in the final to add. And he was great, because I want to say thank you to Seattle, all the structure, the CEO, sporting director, the coach, and the people in Seattle, because they were very nice to allow Christian to come here. Thank you so much. And yes, Christian was great from the day one, and then he speaks very well in Spanish, easy to connect. But no, I think it's the characteristics of the player that I really like because he plays really well, he understands the game, he's so aggressive. We were thinking in the past to give the option to be part and to have the chance, and now it's a good opportunity to know him and for him to show his real quality with us.
Good, Veritone, second round.
Thank you. Mauricio Roberto Abramowitz. Alejandro Sendejas por fin tiene una oportunidad de estar contigo. Hubo varios campamentos en donde no lo invitaste, en esta vez sí lo has hecho. Está jugando en una posición donde probablemente hay mucha competencia para ser titular, sin embargo, eres un jugador que puede jugar varias posiciones. ¿Cómo lo ves tú y qué tiene que hacer él para quedarse en la selección nacional de los Estados Unidos?
Bueno, muchas veces no depende de los jugadores, depende de nuestros gustos y de lo que nosotros entendemos en cómo estructurar un equipo para tener un equilibrio determinado, ¿no? Por diferentes razones en la Gold Cup no estuvo porque nosotros pensábamos que podía tener la posibilidad de clasificar para la Club World Cup y bueno, al final quedaron fuera con Los Ángeles. En ese momento ya nosotros habíamos decidido el roster y así que no tuvo la posibilidad de venir. Esa fue un poco la decisión, pero es un jugador que nosotros valoramos mucho y que sí, estoy de acuerdo contigo que es un jugador que puede jugar en diferentes posiciones, es un jugador que se conecta muy bien y que tiene muy buena sintonía con todo el grupo. Sí, es un jugador interesante. Bueno, esperemos que, como nada está decidido, todos tienen la chance. Por supuesto, Alejandro tiene la chance y va a tener la chance de poder estar.
Gracias. Andrew, straight back.
I was good to see you, Coach, and you touched down in Columbus the way you did. Nakai Banks has received praise from Tim Weah and a few others for how he's performed. How have you viewed Nakai in his first call-up with the national team? And Daniel Levy, he stepped down from Tottenham yesterday. Just your thoughts on Nakai Banks and Daniel Levy moving on from Tottenham?
Sí, pero es dos, ¿no? La pregunta de ¿qué me preguntó de él? Okay, Noki, sorry, that was, I wanted to know exactly. Yeah, Noki is a player that is really young, but with amazing potential. I think for different circumstances we wanted to make to give the opportunity to come with us. I think it was a great moment and opportunity. He's really young, but it's good to see him, and because he can go fast, to the next level. And this type of player always you need to understand that, to know before, because after you can be surprised and say, oh, we didn't have the possibility to see or to know how he is, or because maybe today it's a little bit, you can see, yes, he's a player that with big potential, but maybe you say, but you think that he's ready to play or not to play. That is this type of thing that you need to be ready and prepared, because sometimes his transformation or in the way he pass, maybe he can be faster than another, and maybe he can arrive in 6, 7 months, 8 months, and can be the best central back, in Germany, playing there, and we didn't pay attention on him. I think it's really important, because I think at the moment it's not like we have 10 central back and then he's the 11. And because it's all is really open, I think it's good to have the opportunity to see him, give the possibility and see how he is. And for sure he is going to be more mature after this camp. And we are not only to helping today the federation, but also for the future. And And yes, I knew the news about Daniel Levy yesterday. I am a little bit in shock because he was my former president. I don't know what happened there. Of course, I sent the text to him, and I sent the text to different people that were very close to him, and still no answer, but for sure, yes, I don't have more information, and only what I want to say, I wish him the best in his, life, family time or life. My relationship always was very good, and yes, I was in shock with too many people that we know him.
What difference do you see physically in Serginho Dest now from the week he came in June? And what does having an attacking fullback like him do to change the formation and plans you want for the team?
I think it's the evaluation. I think it's in, of course, now it's in risk. Now it's a player that is fit to play. Before wasn't fit to play. That was the difference under our assessment. And I think he was also honest. And in some interview, I think yesterday or before yesterday, he recognized I wasn't. I think it's very good player. It's a player that with the flexibility to play high, to start building with him, with his quality, using him like a midfielder, using different setups and different positions. For me, the most important is we need to find the right organization, but from this organization, from that position, after to have the freedom to move and to create superiority, if he play on the side, or he also to have the possibility to go and to create and to use the half space in between the line, because he's a player he receive there and have the capacity to go forward and be player, score goals, because I think he's a very versatile player that can provide us the possibility that not to be to have that in front of we are not predictable. That is a thing that I hate, to be predictable. But you need this type of talented player, and that can do different things from respecting the organization, but having the possibility to also to create the chaos in the opponent, because he's creating the chaos in your team, but with the organization. No? I don't know if I can explain, but I try. Do my best.
John.
Thanks, Michael. Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer. What, for you, Mauricio, is success over these two games? Is it just winning? Is it playing a certain way? Is it getting all of the players on the field over the two games? Within that, with the goalkeepers, do you want to see all three of them play, or is Matt going to get most of the minutes, or what do you think?
Successful is to keep what we started to build in the World Cup. That I think is the principal objective, because after a few days training with different faces, different characteristics of the player that never played together, it's difficult to find, and to perform in the other way. It's difficult to this magic touch, from them to behave in the way that we expect, for our team. The most important is in this type of games is how we are going to compete. And compete, respecting some rules on the game. Always is good to win, because that gives you more confidence and trust. But I think the objective is to try to add player and new faces that really start to buy the idea that we start to build when we start the World Cup, or when we start also the 2 games before, even if we lose. But I think that is why I am a little relaxed that the main group start to understand what we want. And if we want to arrive in the competition, the World Cup, in our best condition is, of course, they need to know each other. In some point we need to start to cut and say, okay, to define and the percentage to increase the players that we believe that are going to be in the World Cup. But always keeping that mentality, no? And that is, for me, is going to be successful in the next 2 games.
Ryan?
Thank you. Mauricio, this is your first time working with Florian Balogun. I know he's been injured and you haven't had a chance to get him in. How has he been like in your first camp? And speaking of predictability, does he give you a different look, a different profile of forward from maybe Sargent or Downs or some of the other forwards? Discuss what he does for this team and your first interactions with him. Thank you.
Yes, that is another player, no, that we need to look after and to pay attention and not to take too much risk because his background, you know, and our injury. That is a massive responsibility for us. Massive responsibility because the period of that we are now, where all the club came, some clubs with not too much precision, some clubs with more precision, but players that were involved in some place, another injury like this, is make us to be very, very, very focused in in that case, Florian, maybe to pay attention a lot. We were talking a lot with him. I am so happy to have him here. We did 1 week before, we were not sure that it's going to be available or not to come, but also with intention is more than expecting that he perform in the next 2 games, that to know and to him to know us also, and that connection was very good. That for me is very successful. If Florian, if Valo play 90 minutes, so happy. He play 45 minutes and 45 minutes, so happy. He play 0 and 0, so happy too. Because what we want is to give the possibility to be consistent, to have continuity, come back to Monaco and do the right things, and to have the possibility to arrive to the next camp stronger. And also with being here very, very confident, and I think it's important for him and for us is to be intelligent in the way that we are going to manage him, trying to provide the best tool for him, continuous improving. That is why, no, he's successful, is win, but also is to provide some players the possibility to have the continuity, because we don't have too much time until the World Cup. It was a good moment to bring and to know, but always respecting the club and say we are not going to take any risk because we want that this player come back and keep playing and continues improving.
So as we conclude, one note, tomorrow's match at Sports Illustrated Stadium, our first since 2017, is officially a sellout, 26,500. Thanks, Mauricio. Thanks,
Thank you so
everyone, for
much,
joining
guys.
us. We'll see you this afternoon.
Thank you. See you later.
Yeah, I think I am. I think it's a different role I've taken on this year, kind of higher up, whether it's in the pocket or out wide. But I think I've been creating a lot. I think my highest goal contribution so far this season. So yeah, I think it's been a good year for me. Obviously, the team isn't at where we want to be, but I think I hope they win this weekend without me, and then we can continue on from there.
To have Mauricio Pochettino really value MLS players at the same level as guys in the Big 5 leagues in Europe, just your whole thoughts about getting that real chance no matter where club or which league that you're at under him, and has that been a pleasant surprise for you right there to see that?
For sure, yeah. I think to be in MLS and still have a chance to be here and be one of the guys here is amazing for me. I think I can show my quality, whether that's in MLS or in the camp. So it gives me an opportunity to be here, and I'm really grateful for it.
To see not only you, but also Diego Luna be able to have his rise and be able to be on this picture. Just talk about playing with him and this the mentality that he brings and that desire.
Yeah, I've played with him for like 6 or 7 years now, so we have a great connection on and off the field. I think we're always looking for each other when we have the ball, so to see him kind of come with me and grow with me and become a better player each and every day is something special.
Has Tyler Adams been the full mayor of this area in terms of letting y'all know where to be rolling at and what to recommend, considering that he's supposed to be that as a captain and also knowing the area?
Yeah, day one he brought us to some pizza spot right when we landed, and it was really good. So he kind of been patrolling the area, letting us know what's good.
And the face-off against a quality career side with some of the men now also in MLS too. Just your whole thoughts about quality career side that you're facing here.
Yeah, it'll be a tough challenge, but we just got to be up for it. I think they've qualified for the World Cup, so we know it could be an opposition. So it's going to be a tough test for us, but a good one for us to show what we can do. Yes, sir.
Jack, what has been compared from this summer, the Gold Cup, to now, biggest surprise when comparing the two camps?
I think just it's been a lot of rotation, but I think the baseline's kind of stayed the same for us. It's been just fighting for each other, starting with hard work, and then talent's been taking over, especially in the training sessions, playing against each other. It's been great so far, and it'll come out in the game.
Kind of a mix of guys that were here this summer in the Gold Cup, with new guys and veterans. How seamless has that transition been?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I think most guys have been in camps before, so for them it's nothing new. But to have a different group and still have the same mentality and kind of intensity about us has been great.
Outside of results, what are you guys looking for tomorrow in the match against Korea?
Yeah, like I said before, it's just starting with that fight and intensity that we got to come out of the gate with. It'll be a tough test, but then the quality to take over and just ultimately have a good performance.
Having these veteran guys in camp again, you've been in camp before, so you can still consider yourself a veteran. What do you think your group has learned the most from those guys over the course of basically the past 6 months or so?
Yeah, I think just the intensity needed to play at the international level. I think having guys like Tim Ream and Tyler with us during the Gold Cup and here now kind of brought that over, and you've seen it through the whole training.
It was my first time with him, and he's unbelievable with the ball. It's kind of an old school type of ability with the ball at his feet. He's super confident, obviously, with the ball at his feet, and it's really awesome to watch someone have that kind of inherent foot skills.
How does it change for you knowing you have that quick outlet over on this, assuming he's on the right side most of the time?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great to know that someone you can give the ball to him and he's going to be able to get out of every situation. But I have that type of confidence in all these players, so I think it's fantastic to work with him and see that quality.
In terms of what you're asked to do in possession, when your team has possession, how different is what you're asked to do here with the national team versus what New York City?
Yeah. I mean, thankfully, I think there's a lot of similarities. I came into New York in 2023, and that was really my first time being part of a team that likes to play out of the back and possess out of the back. And there's minute differences here and there, obviously, but Mauricio loves a brave style, but a smart style. He loves to play forward and create space and create opportunities to score. And my job is to help the guys who are good at that do that.
What has it meant to have Christian back in the group this week?
It's been great. It's my first time really getting to know him. We've spoken on Zoom, I think, a few times, Bible studies, things like that. But this is my first time really, being with him one-on-one in camp and everything like that. And such a great presence in terms of kind of the confidence that he brings with him. It's a humble and a quiet confidence, but it's when you're on the field with him, you can tell you can tell what he has, and he's obviously such a big part of this group. So to have him here is fantastic, and it's he's been here a lot longer than I have. So maybe the question's for him to see how I do.
How did you wind up in the same Bible studies Zoom? Is that through US Soccer?
Yeah, we have a good group here that does that, and I think helps us also stay connected, in between camps and things like that.
How often, how regular is that?
Not incredibly regularly, but yeah, over the few years, we've seen each other on there.
I would think it's hard to do it on Sundays, given your schedules.
Matt, you mentioned a kind of a growing leadership role. How is that coming to fruition this camp, both with your fellow keepers and really the rest of the roster?
Yeah, I mean, I think this camp is an opportunity for me to continue to find my voice within the group. Obviously, being the goalkeeper here with caps under my belt is an opportunity to help the other goalkeepers here continue to build that goalkeeper union, while also making sure I'm maintaining the necessary focus on myself to improve and to learn what the staff wants out of me here. And then, more broadly within the group, I think it's an opportunity for me to continue to find my voice, continue to lean on the experienced guys that we have so many in this camp, continue to help them and aid them in their leadership abilities, and then, again, find my own voice within the group.
How much is it on your mind that the World Cup's just 9 months away, and each time they decide to bring you in, it's a step closer to making that team?
Not too much. When the staff brings me in, immediately I start, thinking about what I can do to impress them in this camp, and how I can help the team win this camp in whatever role they're bringing me in for. So obviously it's a big summer next summer. The ultimate goal, yes, is to be there, but you get to that goal by focusing on the day-to-day.
Are there do you sit down with the staff immediately when you get into camp to talk about expectations for the week, or not really?
No, not
just hit the training field.
Yeah, just hit the training field. Got to be ready for anything.
What have you made of, just this roster that's been assembled, and a lot of experienced players coming back into the fold, some bigger name players still not here? Just what are your thoughts on this particular team that's been put together for this week?
Yeah, I think it's a great group. The quality in training has been fantastic. We're finding the right balance of, getting across the principles and the fundamentals within the group to some of the new guys, and then continuing to build on what, defensively, for example, this summer we had worked on. So super excited to be part of this group and see some new faces in the group, see some old faces in the group, and then meet some of the guys who have way more experience than me.
There's been a lot of emphasis on players fighting for their positions. When you kind of see a roster like this, where, again, some bigger name players aren't included, does that kind of underscore the idea that these positions are kind of there for the taking?
Yeah, I mean, I think the staff wants a competitive group. It's great. I love competing. I love being part of a competitive group. And then when that game day happens, and you find out the 11 and the bench, then you're no longer competing against each other. You're competing together. And I'm a huge fan of competition. So I agree with that philosophy, and I think it breeds consistency, and it brings the best out of people.
When you saw this roster, were you surprised that you were the senior goalkeeper brought in?
When I saw the roster, it was kind of same feeling I've had any time I've been on a roster, which is gotta show up and be the best version of myself.
Did you just find out by email, or did they call you?
Yeah, kind of both. Kind of changes based on the camp.